Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Um, Warriors suffer a 143 to 133 loss against the Mavericks. We have a lot to talk about in this video, so without further ado, let's just get to it. If you've watched, first of all, if you don't know already, my name is Nathan Burrell. I talk Warriors and basketball in general. The Golden State Warriors' whole problem in the last couple weeks have been offense. Their defense was still top 6 in the league, but it was the offense. Well, that completely flipped tonight. The offense was amazing. The Warriors put up 143. They had a team record 18 three-pointers in the first half. But the Mavericks shoot 60% the entire game, and you're not going to beat that. Luka had a 45-point triple-double. Clay had 30. We got Clay's belt to ass. That's how you know something's wrong if we're getting belt by Klay Thompson in 2024. But it's a very, I don't want to say discouraging or encouraging. It's a very, like, you don't really know how to feel about it because on one hand, Wiggins had 29, Steph had 26 and 7 threes, but the defense was not there at all tonight. And whether that's just Luka making crazy shots, the Mavericks started off the game 8 for 8 from 3, and you're just not going to beat a team if they're shooting that for the whole game. And the entire time, I was on someone's playback. Shout out to Chasing Wins Playback. That's where I watch my games so far. Maybe one day I'll start my own community once I get enough subscribers. But I was watching it, and we were all talking about it. We were like, yeah, if the Mavericks slow down, if we keep this up, we'll win this game. And we kept up the offense. 133 in most games, you will win. But now when the other team scores 143, it's just not going to happen. You look right there, Luke had 13 points in 4 minutes. And Steph, if he kind of listened to me. I said that Steph had to be more aggressive, and he was more aggressive tonight. But he didn't have a good clutch game. And this other thing right here, offensive rebounds for the Mavericks was the game. Because the Warriors would cut a lead to 3 or 5 or whatever, and then they would not get a defensive rebound. Like, Luka would miss a 3. And especially when a team is shooting that hot, when they're missing, you want to make sure you're getting the rebounds and not giving them second chances. Draymond Green has 5 threes, tying the season high. And that's what makes this kind of discouraging. That you played a really good offensive game. You know, you did all you could do. You know, you put up 33 in the first quarter. Normally you're happy, but when the other team is putting up 43, it kind of discourages you. Buddy Hield kind of came alive a little bit in the second quarter. There was no stopping Luka Doncic at all tonight. I mean, Steve Kerr said it best when he said, what was the problem? The problem was Luka Doncic. You have to give him credit. You know, he's a top 5 player in the league, and he had a great game. But some of this the blame kind of has to go on the Warriors' defense entirely. There were so many gaps in the defense tonight. Wiggins wasn't himself. Steph was getting beat. Kuminga was getting beat. Draymond was getting beat. These types of plays right here that you're watching, where the guy is just wide open. The Warriors are not getting back in transition. And even here, you send 2 with Steph. Here's a good play by GP2. That's when they're at. Well, you send 2 to Luka, and boom, Buddy killed 3. That's right, like. That's the Warriors when they're at their best. But right here, when you send 2 to Spencer Dinwiddie, look who's open. Derek Lively for a cut. If it's not Lively, it's somebody for a corner 3. The Warriors have to fix this heading into Thursday because it's unacceptable. There's no way, like, this is not a contest. Buddy Hield needs to be up on that. Make Luka drive. Make Luka work for his shots. Luka's still going to make shots. You're not going to stop him, but you have to be able to contain him. And the Warriors, they couldn't do that tonight. And that was basically the game, because the Warriors were in it the entire game. It was never really a blowout other than the first quarter where they were up by 19 or whatever. The Warriors were hanging in there, but, you know, Pods, once again, 3 points. Amazing performance from the untouchable player. Lindy Waters actually had a great game tonight, but what I'm a little worried about is now it's going to be, I mean, that's the only good play from Pods, and it leads to Lindy 3. The only thing that I'm a little concerned about is now I'm worried that Steve Kerr is going to play Lindy like 35 minutes because he had a good game. Like, give credit to where credit is due. Lindy showed out tonight. He had a great game. He hustled. He made some threes. Steph with 7 threes. And I do want to say Steph Curry in the last couple games really is starting to, like, remember who the fuck he is with threes and stuff. Because now he's up to 85. He was at 65 like 4 or 5 games ago. So he's starting to warm up to the season a little bit. But defense is now obviously a struggle with Mellon out, but the defense was still good prior to this, right? And whether it's Wiggins' first game back, he was slow a little bit, But that doesn't excuse when he was off the court and the defense was just as bad. Look at Draymond making his threes. You put up 74 in the first half, you should be winning the game. But the defense was terrible. But this is good defense, right? And Luka still makes a shot. So Luka was cooking us on isolation. You live with Luka ISO. Like, you're like, okay, wow, he's a great player. He's going to make that shot. You live with it. If you're contesting shots, he's making it. You have to live with it, and you can't. That's not a discouraging, play. But plays where like this is great defense by Wiggins. Luka just makes the shot. And what you see, and then this is what I like. Wiggins had a great offensive game tonight. That was a foul. He was getting to the line. He was being aggressive. He wasn't just settling for threes. But this is right here. Klay Thompson gets a wide open three, and it was like 4 straight 5 possessions after the Warriors cut a lead to 3, where the Warriors just don't get back on defense, or they're a step slow on their rotations, or some other BS that gives somebody a 3-pointer. And I'm going to say this right now while the third quarter is going on. PJ Washington, you're getting belt to ass the next time the Warriors. PJ, if you didn't see it on Instagram, PJ Washington hit the night-night when he was coming out of the game after they subbed everyone out. PJ goes to the bench and starts spamming the night-night. And then on his Instagram story, he posted belt to ass. Well, I don't know if PJ knows anything about shit-talking Steph. It didn't go very well with Ant. It didn't really go well with Luka in 22. Luka should know better. But, Luka had a great game tonight. You can't really say anything. Luka had a great, but I'll say this to PJ Washington. You fucked up. So whatever that was about, Steph is going to give him absolute belt next time they see each other. But this is what I'm talking about. Wide open threes, you're slow on your rotations, and it's disheartening because you cut the lead to 8, and then all of a sudden now it's 11, now it's 14 after he makes this 3. So it's like the Warriors, they have to figure out how to stop being slow on their rotations. And then here come the Mavs up by 16. But I did love the Warriors closed this third quarter very well. Yeah, there goes Spencer Dinwiddie. GB to the left. Warriors down by 16, cut it to 7. They went on a run. They had momentum heading to the fourth, but it didn't really matter what momentum the Warriors had. It always seemed, and it's been like that the last couple games. No matter what momentum the Warriors have, the other team still seems to make a shot to keep him at bay, and they have to work on that. Because look at this, it's a 4-point game as Steph makes the slab and 1 to make it a 3-point game. Warriors were in this game the entire game, but like I said, this was a great shot by Kyrie. They always make that shot to keep you at bay. And then the Warriors were missing free throws again. But here come the Warriors. Down by 5. Steph gets a nice move, throws a lob to Kuminga. It's once again a 3-point game with 10 minutes to go. But the Warriors just could not execute. Once again, Kyrie comes down, and he gets a nice and 1 that Kuminga got beat. No need to foul there. It's disheartening. Every time you cut it to 3, they make it 6. And then now it's 8-point game. Klay Thompson's wide open. You collapse. And then Gaffer gets an easy dunk. 10-point game. Just like that. With the snap of a finger. Warriors cut it to 5. This is a very stupid foul by Lindy. But I'm wondering how this is called a foul on Lindy. When the sole purpose, in 2021, the 21-22 season, they made that rule where he's very easily lunging into the defender. That should be an offensive foul or a no call. But then Klay makes a 3 right there. He starts wagging his tongue. That's what pissed me off. Steph makes a nice 3 there to try to give us some sort of hope. And Steph, he needed to be better in the fourth quarter. He had some turnovers like this one right here, which was just not needed. Or him airballing a 3, that's not needed. But look at Klay, wide open, no rotations. You have to know Klay Thompson where he is at. We got belt to ass by Klay. Once again, wide open 3. Klay hit daggers on us. That was a dagger right there. No, that's all I can say. That's the dagger. And the Warriors, they did decent. They held them to 5 points. Wiggins hits this nice 3 to make it a 5-point game. And once again, the Warriors are in the game, but that's all you could do. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please leave a like. Warriors play Memphis on Thursday. Peace out.